After the First World War and the events of the Civil War on the territory of Ukraine, West Ukrainian lands were divided among three countries: Poland, which includes Eastern Galicia, Western Volhynia, Polesia, Chelmland, Czechoslovakia, Transcarpathia, and Romania, Northern Bukovina, Danubian lands. In Western Ukraine, there were no signs of autonomy, and each state held its policies aimed at the assimilation of the local population, the destruction of any form of national liberation movements. Since 1924, the Ukrainian language was banned in all state and municipal institutions in Poland, and in 1920 for the Eastern Galicia was introduced a special name, Eastern Lesser Poland. In 1911, there were 3,622 Ukrainian schools, but in the 30s their number was within 300. 70% of the population of Western Ukraine were illiterate. A similar situation of the Ukrainian lands, Bukovina, was in a part of Romania. These conditions caused the intensification of the national liberation movement. In Eastern Galicia, there were about 10 political parties, the most influential of which was Ukrainian National Democratic Alliance, headed by Levitsky. The organization advocated for the independence of Ukraine and parliamentary methods of struggle. Its representatives were in the Polish Sejm. Communist Party of Western Ukraine was close to the national communism, which was condemned by the Communist Party of Ukraine in 1928 and was excluded from the part of the Committee Communist International, and later, after the split, it announced the dissolution. The Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists. Today, relation to this organization is controversial. The reasons lie primarily in struggle tactics and ideology of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists, but for nearly 3 decades it was the only organization that has consistently promoted the idea of autonomy and independence. Officially, it was founded in Vienna in 1929 by Konovalets Yevhen at the Convention of Officers Association of the Ukrainian Military Organization. The new organization based on the ideology of integral nationalism, which included forming of the Ukrainian independent state, struggle for Ukraine is for every Ukrainian an end in itself, believed that society should be kept in a constant state of revolutionary ferment using terrorist acts. In 1934, the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists became involved in the murder of the Minister of Internal Affairs Boris Bernatsky. Tactics of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists was condemned by Sheptytsky and other leading cultural figures, but it was not reflected on the popularity among students. After the murder of Yevgen Konovalets in 1938 by agent of the NKVD, the organization gradually split into moderate and radical. Moderate were represented by Melnik, by the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists, speaking mainly for parliamentary legal methods of struggle. The radical branch of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists was represented by Bandera, and he advocated for the prolongation of the policy of terror. Some adjustments has made the Second World War that influenced the change of ideology and tactics. The situation in Transcarpathia was somewhat better than in Galicia and Bukovina. The Czechoslovak government didn't make such a tough anti-Ukrainian policy. Social and political life was based on ideas of Russophilia, Ukrainophilism, and Russianism. For a long time, it was no purely Ukrainian political party. But the nature of the political process has changed dramatically after 1938, the Munich conspiracy, when Western states, as a result of the policy of appeasement, allowed Hitler to divide Czechoslovakia. In October 1938, Transcarpathia gained autonomy. The Ukrainian National Association, which advocated for the creation of Transcarpathian state, was established. On January 30th, 1939, the Sejm of Carpathian Ukraine was created and Augustin Voloshin was elected its president. But in March, Transcarpathia was occupied by Hungary, ally of Germany. In summary, one can admit for sure that after the Civil War, Western Ukraine became the main arena of the national liberation struggle. Unlike Dnieper Ukraine, where the Stalinist regime eradicated national idea, Western lands didn't stop fighting.